Let's talk about three things: crap results, followers, and swallowers. About being happy with outcomes that don't turn out, wanting what you get, and getting what you really want, not what you think you want. Setting yourself up for what happens after you set some goals, and knowing when's the time to manage and when's the time to lead. Because in lifting and in wedlock and in life, well, remember that leaders need followers, but managers need swallowers.
You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, but you might find you get what you need.
And it's time for another unbuckled bumpy ride with your guide, the stark raving LEAN-atic himself. I'm Jim. Let's jump right in again. Welcome to my podcast based on my brand new book, available on Amazon, Live Life Lean, L-E-A-N. It's a year-long guide to gratitude and our daily grind. The book that combines some timeless wisdom from a whole lot of the world's wiser people with the reflections, reactions, and wisecracks of the guide's author, me. And it guides you, the reader, through the simplest system for a happy, healthy, authentic, and genuinely grateful everyday experience. I urge you to get the book. Of course I do. I wrote it. It's either at Amazon or at my website, ampurage.com, A-M-M-P-U-R-A-G-E. But even without it, let's make next week better than last, our next year better than the past, and get started now with today's episode of Just Had Christmas, Dagnabbit. I love me some It's a Wonderful Life. You know the classic flick, Jimmy Stewart, Donna Reed, Mr. Potter, Bert and Ernie. And yeah, if you didn't know, Sesame Street's dynamic duo, they got their start on It's a Wonderful Life. Look it up. But Jimmy Stewart's character, anyways, George Bailey, he was flirting with Mary Hatch, eventually to become Mary Hatch Bailey. Oops, spoiler alert. But yeah, one night, George was walking Mary home from the dance. George tries to get Mary to see a super special vision that he has from his side of the street. But he does so by offering Mary something that they both know he can't do alone. Results he can't do by himself. George asks Mary what she wants, and before she could respond, George recommends and offers up on a silver moon platter, shall we say, the moon itself. He says something like, "That's a great idea, Mary. I'll give you the moon. And then you can swallow it, see? And it'll dissolve, and it'll shoot through the ends of your hair and your fingertips." He said something like that. It was a great leadership speech. A speech with vision, the kind that gave Mary something to look forward to. But the reality was that Mary had to swallow the rules and the roles of getting things done. Because George Bailey couldn't really lasso the moon. But he didn't need to. Remember, shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars. Ever heard that before? Truly visionary quote. That is being a visionary leader. And we all need that. And sometimes we need to be that in order to get results. But it's the manager who gets teams together to get to the task at hand. And George, well, he couldn't do that all on his alonesies. And he needed to manage to get the requested resulting outcome, that thing for Mary. For that, you got to manage. And those who you manage, they've got to swallow it all, to take it all in, and let it dissolve in them until it becomes part of them. And then it comes out, literally shoots out of their fingertips and their hair, and it becomes a special, unique kind of something that only they could have produced. It becomes a product of them, and they become a part of it, all because they chose to become a swallower. By the way, as the movie and It's a Wonderful Life, as it unfolds, It's actually Mary who many feel is the real hero, the manager that got the whole town to become swallowers because she had a vision that attracted followers. In the movie's climactic scene, it says, "Attaboy, Clarence," referencing Clarence the angel. But really, it should have been, "Atta girl, Mary." Go back and watch it and see. Atta girl, Mary. Anywho, so where does this all come from? And where's it all going? Well, today's about results. So let me see if I can somehow manage to lead you there. See what I did? Manage, lead. It's New Year's, and I got folks calling me at the gym to get started, and this one woman really seemed to know what she wanted, what results she wanted, and that makes my job easier. See, it's not my job to tell you what you should want. As your coach, trainer, it's not my job to decide for you what kind of results you will get and grab hold of and be 100% committed to. It's my job to be the lifestyle mirror, the one that shows you your reality and what does or does not get you where you say you want to go. Your mirror shows you your now. It's your memory that shows you where you've been and how happy and at peace you can be with all that. Mirror, me. Memory, now that's on you. And in workouts and in Wedlock, you got to know what results you can accept committing to as rewarding or avoid as regrettable. Anyways, let's get back to that one woman, the one who called me. This one woman knew what she wanted, but it interestingly reminded me of another woman that didn't seem to, some 15 years ago, when she asked, she asked to get started with me, and then I asked her what she wanted, and all she said was to get in shape and be healthier. Yep, that's what she gave me to work with. And she was in the medical profession, and as such, she should have known better. So I pressed the issue, and she pushed back. And we just went ahead and started that way. I got to be honest with you, though, it wasn't long before she started to say that she didn't like how she looked, and she didn't like how she felt, and maybe she wanted to lose some weight. Then the floodgates opened, and she could talk about improving body parts. She didn't like how they looked and moved and all kinds of et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But initially, see, it wasn't my place to tell her the results she needed. It's no one's place to tell anyone the results they need. My job was to help her manage her reality and help her swallow the rules and the roles required to get those results. But see, she had to be the leader, the visionary that put me to work helping her to get things done. Then, maybe someday, the roles could and would switch. Just like George and Mary. In workouts and in Wedlock, you gotta stay very bendy to make it around the bend. Make it to your resulting end. So what resulting end do you want? Workouts and Wedlock. What results do you want, should you expect, that will really make you happy in workouts and Wedlock and that are worth being committed to? And remember, this is about commitment first, then the results. See, we chose commitment as our foundation just in case the results that we said we wanted weren't the right ones. It could happen. If our primary concern is results, we will choose to work only with those people who give us good ones. That could be tough in marriage sometimes. Work only with the folks and friends who give us the results that we think we want. But the problem is, drum roll here, have you ever been wrong before? I sure as hell have. Well, not here, not now. Well, not this time. But it's all the times that I was wrong in the past that showed me when I was right. And only working with the selected folks that would have given me what I believed were the right results, like today's right results, that often just results in me being wrong. And not wrong in the long run, wrong in the permanent run. See, this is why we commit first. Then, once committed, we refine our results next. It keeps to the purity of the commitment, purely for the value behind commitment. Let's say that again. Commit first, and it keeps to the purity of the commitment for the value behind the commitment. And as we covered last week, the first and foremost foundation of any and all of our desired results should be our commitment. You need help on that? Then circle back to the last podcast on crap commitment and the 4 things that we need to succeed in Wedlock and weightlifting. The four things are commitment, results, adjustments, and patience. For right now, we're on the results part of our bucket of crap that we all get to eat in life, and how we fight crap with crap. CRAP. Commitment, results, adjustments, and patience. That's what we call it in our process. Now, it's been said that if you ever quit on a process, really you're just quitting on the result. See, the process is how to get and get to the result, but getting something specific done and getting to a specific somewhere sometimes takes being both a leader and a manager. Like the lyrics of the song, sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes we are what helps people to see things clearly, like that windshield. And sometimes we just got to do the hard work and we got to be the slugger that generates the power. Remember what they say, that leaders are passionate about the purpose, while managers need to be passionate about the power that gets results. The difference between leaders and managers is that leaders have to have followers, but managers, when we're managers, we got to have man skills. And what I mean by that is human skills. What man skills? Yes, man skills. So now that you're committed in selecting your results that you can reflect on, is it now time for you to lead here or time for you to manage? Yes, both, honestly, from time to time. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow, sometimes you manage to make crap happen, and sometimes you got to swallow that crap and take in all of that commitment, even the nasty tasting stuff, and let it dissolve in you and be part of you and become something through you, and then let that shit shoot right out from your hair and your toes and your fingertips. So, what kind of crap results can you expect in this? Well, it may actually just be some of the basics, but them damn basics can actually be pretty freaking awesome. And people forget about them. And interestingly enough, they can be sneakily similar in both Wedlock and workouts. Now, what results can you expect from workouts? They're generally not the ones that people come to me and ask for, but you should be able to expect them. In every well-balanced fitness lifestyle, you can expect at least these certain basic results. You should be able to expect flexibility, power, endurance, energy, better balance, peaceful and recuperative sleep, a stronger immune system, and to look better. Yes, in that order. You should be able to expect flexibility, the capacity to stretch, adapt to an enhanced ease of movement, becoming very bendy. You should be able to expect results of power, speed, and strength, that on-demand capability to move tough loads in and under difficult circumstances. You can get stronger. You should be able to expect endurance, results potential to last, to keep on surviving, succeeding, for the long game. When and if power, strength, and speed aren't only what you need, you got to be able to go the distance. You should be able to expect more results of energy and awareness. It's like a feeling of having more capacity and zip, and not have to struggle through every day feeling just zapped and tapped and sapped. It's that vibrant and alive kind of quality. You should be able to expect results of better balance, the confidence from athletics to even just everyday antics of struggling and maybe stumbling less and surviving when and if you do trip and fall more. It's that yin and yang thing. You need to be able to expect results of peaceful and recuperative sleep. To work out, you got to wear yourself out. The best workouts will wear us out, but they shouldn't burn us out. Matter of fact, it's proven that if you're working out more and harder doesn't improve your sleep, you're likely overtraining and under-recovered. It's two sides of the same coin here. You should be refreshed and recovered. You need to be able to get results of a stronger immune system. Come on, fellow COVID warriors. We all know we need that. We got to be able to fight off uninvited attacks. And you should be able to expect to look better. Again, this is actually the last result I mentioned because it's the most subjective, but also because it's usually the first one that's on your list when you come to me as your trainer. So, because it's first, it should always be there to keep propelling you forward and keep you going. Everyone wants to be more appealing when we are a little revealing, right? Now, back to some basics of a we-lationship. That's a relationship that we are both involved in. Basics that wow us, like affection, like compassion, resulting respect, like consideration, like time. You should get results in a relationship of interest. You should get results of intimacy. You should be able to expect results of generosity. All of these you have the right to. You have the right to affection, whether it's expressed in words or behavior. Partners should demonstrate that they like you as a person in a way that reaches you, and vice versa. In our relationships, that is the vibrant and alive quality. Compassion, Dr. Phil McGraw said it best. He said, you need to be a soft place to fall and be tender when others are in pain. Now, you don't have to feel the same way they do, but it needs to matter when one of you feels bad. It needs to matter to the other, being a place to refresh and recover. People have the right to results of respect. I once read that respectful partners know and admire your strengths, but they're gracious about your weaknesses, and they don't willfully violate your personal boundaries. Sounds like someone that can help you fight off uninvited attacks. Results like consideration. Considerate partners think about how their behavior affects others. They don't have to give you everything that you ask for, but they owe you the courtesy of considering things from not just their point of view, yours too. That's the yin and yang thing. Results of time. Just like kids, some folks would try to convince you that kids want quality time over quantity. I got 3 kids. Bull crap. They always wanted both. And you shouldn't expect anything less from your relationship. That helps you in the long run. Results of interest. Simply put, what matters to you matters to your partner. It matters to them because you matter to them. And then they pay attention to what's on your valuable list. Sounds like you got to be kind of bendy for that. Speaking of bendy, we all need intimacy results. I've heard it said that genuine intimacy is being familiar with each other's emotional, vulnerable selves. It's like a transaction of transparency. That definitely sounds more appealing with what I'm revealing. And finally, you should be able to expect results of generosity. Giving, plain and simple, in and of a deliberate attempt to not only think of oneself, but not only think of the other person, not just thinking of you, but to kind of think of the chi of both of you, the chi of we in the we relationship. And doing for and giving to what feeds and fuels you. When I say you, I mean both. Stronger together. Don't ever let how somebody else's idea of what it takes to make a wonderful life looks like, don't let that define the results that you're supposed to commit to. And allow yourself to accept any and all adjustments that you see fit that both keep you fit and fit you both. Those adjustments, those are what we'll uncover next week in an interesting, intimate, energetic, very bendy way. But until then, be each other's soft place to fall when your wedlock feels way too much like a workout. Perhaps the best training for that is a fun game of Twister in your stocking feet. And now more words of wisdom to wow your socks off from the Live Life Lean Guide itself. Today's entry from page 50. What the expert said, doing nothing for others is the undoing of ourselves. From Horace Mann. And the guide's point of view on this? Well, then, is doing something for others the doing of ourselves? Because now I'm doing for you, but really doing for me, and that spells codependency. And now I'm done. So what do you think of this? Using the Live Life Lean Guided system, what have you learned recently that's new? What have you earned that wasn't just easily handed out to you? Where are you adding to the world that isn't just about you? Reflect on all of this, respect it, take a moment and be grateful for it. But before you navigate someplace next, please like, subscribe, and share this with someone close to you. Share to show you care. Thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying your copy of the Live Life Lean, LEAN guide. Enjoying it almost as much as I did creating it. And if you don't have a copy yet, go on over to amperage.com or Amazon and get started today experiencing the amazing power of knowing every day is literally yours to be grateful about, and you need never feel unfulfilled again. I'm Jim Hall, and until next time, good health, God bless, and now go Go get a little dirty learning something new. Earning what's not given to you. Adding to this crazy world that we share. And navigating your way to something new and next.